Hello students, welcome back to the online session for physics class for today. Now I just hope you all have read and understood and gone through the video which I posted in our last class. We began with chapter number 4 and the name of the chapter is energy, and we discussed about all these simple machines, its introduction and few things about machines. There are two types of machines, simple and complex, and moreover we learned that complex machines are somehow made up from combinations of few simple machines, right? Now today we are going to begin with types of simple machines. Now see, lever, screw, inclined plane, wheel, pulley, etc. are the types of simple machines. This I have learned in our last class also, right? Now first one we are going to learn about lever. What is a lever? A lever is a very common machine. It helps us to do work more easily. There is only a very small energy loss in a simple lever. It is a very common machine and it helps us to do work very easily, and there are only very small energy that is that used to be lost in simple lever. Now lever is a rigid rod which is free to move about a fixed point called the fulcrum. Now see, if we'll see this figure, this is the picture of a lever, right? And this part is called fulcrum, means the attached part is called as fulcrum, and it is a fixed point, okay, it can't be moved. But whenever we need to use this machine, we will just move this part, okay. Now a crowbar is an example of a lever shown in figure. We will just see the figure that is on next page, okay. Now the object required to be lifted is called load, the force applied is called effort, and the support required to turn the rod is called fulcrum. The part of the rod between the load and the fulcrum in the load arm, and that between the effort and the fulcrum is the effort arm. Now just look at this figure. This is a very huge part that needs to be lifted, okay. Now this man is using a rod to lift or to just move this brick, okay. Now see, the place from where, or the place from where he is holding this rod from his hands is called as effort arm, because this is the place where he is putting all his effort, right. Here. Now just to make this work easy, what he has done, he has put a small stone over here so that it will help him to move this one, okay. So this part is called as fulcrum. Now the thing that needs to be lifted or moved is called as load, and this point from where we are trying to move or lift this part is called as load arm. Now let me explain it once again. The place from where effort is being pulled, or effort is being done is called as effort arm. The place from where load is being pulled or like moved is called load arm. The thing that has to be pushed is called load, and the thing which is there to help or to support to do this task is called as fulcrum, okay. Here is a crowbar being used to lift up a large stone. The man is 3 meters from the pivot, but the stone is only 1 meter from the pivot. He is exerting the effort to force of only 100 Newton against a larger load force of 300 Newton, the weight of the stone. Now see, the force that this man can exert is 100 Newton. okay, but the load, this rock is of 300 newton. So obviously, like, it will be difficult for him to push it, right, or to just move it or lift it. So this is why it is becoming difficult for him, right? The lever is acting as a force magnifier. Okay, now see, this is the actual figure, like, just a rough figure, I must say. Okay, this man again needs to lift this rock, and this is a point that is called as fulcrum. This rock is just 1 meter away, okay, and this man is 1 meter away from this. This rock is 1 meter away from fulcrum, and this man is 3 meters away, and this point is called as load. Okay, so this is how we can understand this. Now remember, effort is applied to one part of the bar. The bar pushes the load at another part. There is only a very small energy loss in a simple lever. The bar bends a little under the effort, and this increases the amount of effort needed. Nevertheless, levers are very efficient machines. So this is how, like, lever is being used to do this a huge task. Now we are going to learn types of lever. So student, there are initially three types of levers: first type, second type, and third type. Okay, that we are going to learn now. There are three types of levers. They are categorized as first, second, and third type of class of lever. Now let us discuss first one. Lever of first type of all first class. In the first type of lever, the fulcrum, that is also denoted by F, lies in between effort, means E, and load, L. It means in this first type, this fulcrum, this support, I must say, is between effort and load. Okay, and we need to remember this, that in first type, where is the fulcrum? Fulcrum is between effort and the load, and their examples are scissor. Now see, this fulcrum is in between, because this is the fixed point. We can't move this point. We can move this point, and we can also move this point in a scissor, but we cannot move this part. So this is fulcrum, and whatever we need to cut, we used to keep it over here. That is called as load, and we need to put effort from here, right? This is the only place we used to put our energy or effort, right? So this is how it is an example of first class lever. Now second part is seesaw. Again over here, this middle point is called fulcrum because it is a fixed point. Only this and this point will move, but this point will never move. And on one part it is effort, and on another part it is load, right? Because she is putting effort to just come down, and this one is load, this side. Okay, now third part, cow bar. Now this is a kind of a box, right? And fulcrum, this part never moves, right? This part, only this upper part is called as load, it moves. And this part, okay, through which we are opening it, it will move. So this is how this middle part will work as fulcrum. Okay, this corner part of this part, okay, will act as fulcrum. This is load and this is effort, because using this only we will pull it down, then only it will move. Okay, now we will discuss lever of second type or second class lever. In the second type of lever, load is between fulcrum and effort. Now in first part, this at this point fulcrum was there, right? But in second class, fulcrum will move towards left hand side, okay, and load will come here and effort will come here. Now its examples are wheelbarrow. Now in this wheelbarrow, see these wheels will be fixed at one place, right? These wheels, we can't just remove or just attach these wheels, right? So they will be fixed over here, but this load, this is the load that we will keep over here, okay? And this is the effort. From here only we will put the effort and then we will move this wheelbarrow, right? So this is how it works in second class lever. Now second example is bottle opener. Now see fulcrum, this part is fulcrum, this cap, right? Then this is effort, using our hands we will just lift it or push it, right? And this is the load. Here we are putting the load to open it, open this cap. Now another example of second class lever is nut cracker. Now I just hope you must have seen this nut cracker, right? So this part is fixed. This part will not, we can't open this part, right? But in this part, this is load. We will put the nut over here and we will try to crush it or just open it, okay? And from here we will apply the effort. From here we will apply the force to just open this one. So this is how fulcrum is here, load is here, and effort is here. Now third class lever, what happens over here? Effort is in between the fulcrum and the load. In this third part, fulcrum shifts towards right hand side, okay, and effort comes in between and load comes in this at this left hand side. Now the example of this type of lever is human arm. Now see this part, whenever we lift something or we hold something, this part never moves, right? Only from here till here, only this part moves, right? So we just hold something at this point, this is load, and through which we used to hold it, like the energy or the effort we used to put over here. So this is how it's an example of third class lever. Similarly, pair of tongs. Do you know what are tongs? Chimta that our mothers used to use in kitchen. You all must have seen it. Now see this corner part, it never uh, uh, opens or it never changes its position, right? So this is fulcrum. From this corner we used to hold the chapati or something like that, and we used to put our effort at this place, right? Now our third example of this thing is fishing rod. In this fishing rod also we have a handle or something like that at this point, at this right hand corner. Then load, whatever we lift from this water will be the load. So load is at this left hand side corner, and in the middle we have effort, okay? And there are so many examples you can see around you, okay, for of this thing, right? First class lever, second class lever, and third class lever, okay? So this is how we can judge and see first class lever, second class lever, and third class lever. Please try to observe the things around you to just see what are the examples around us of first class, second class, and third class lever. And then in our next class we will discuss screw and then inclined plane, okay? So that is all for today, students. Read this topic properly and nicely, and then we will see you in your next class. Have a good day. Take care.